Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. A classic, a legendary title that I just got around to playing in 2020, and quite frankly, I don't know how I lived 18 years without having played this. It's just amazing, and I'm gonna tell you why. Or not, because, you know, opinions vary and all. Feel free to disagree, because my opinion is not fact. Peach gives Mario a magical map, and he's tasked with locating treasures called crystal stars, which are needed to open the Thousand-Year Door. The X-Nauts are also racing to gather the crystal stars so they can ultimately use its power to rule the world. And that's pretty much it in a nutshell. The storyline in itself is simplistic, but it's the creative location design and colorful characters you meet along the way that makes the journey memorable. There are a lot of lovable characters and NPCs in this game, but some of them that I especially liked include the insightful Goombella who doesn't hesitate to roast anyone, the brash Yoshi kid who knows how to stand up for himself, the caring Vivian who I will protect at all costs without fail, the spirited Grubba who managed to fool me by being the true villain of Chapter 3, the emotional moments of Peach and Tech, where Peach teaches the struggling computer the concepts of love, life, security, and companionship, and lastly, the detective Pennington who thinks he's making progress with his mystery cases while you're actually doing all the work. In general, the supporting cast is really vibrant and lovable, with even a lot of the NPCs and bosses being memorable because of their character traits and goofy dialogue. I guess all Mario RPGs seem to nail down that lighthearted charm we all know and love, huh? The gameplay is pretty straightforward. Both party members share flower points that are expended to use special moves, and you also have star points which can unleash potent attacks. I discussed this in my review of Super Mario RPG, but I absolutely love Mario RPGs because of the time button presses that either increase your damage output or decrease the damage you take. It feels much more engaging than just clicking a move from a drop-down menu and watching an animation do all the work for you, you know? The combat is great and all, but the most unique aspect of it all lies in the setting the battle takes place in. It's set in a theater where you have people watching you fight. You can perform stylish tricks and appeal to the crowd, which boosts your star points and sets up opportunities for bingos that get you some neat rewards in battle if you're lucky. Be careful though, because enemies in the crowd might try to hurt you, and conversely, some nice people might give you something to aid your troubles. The whole theater environment was a unique addition, and I really adore this concept. In addition to that, you can equip badges with varying effects ranging from buffs to different special moves. They take up a set number of slots though, but you can increase the amount of badges you hold by leveling up. Your partners can level up too, but their cases are a bit different. I didn't like how you had to go all the way back to Rogueport just to upgrade your partner with 3 shine sprites, and I would have much preferred if each leveled up in the same way Mario did. The only thing preventing this game from being near perfect is the excessive amount of backtracking. After any of the 7 times you get a crystal star, you have to hike all the way back to the Thousand-Year Door for the story to progress, and then you're back at Rogueport. Your quest to defeat Dupless in Chapter 4 has you revisit Twilight Town 4 times, and it doesn't help that the path to and from Twilight Town is long with annoying enemies. On the island in Chapter 5, you make at least 5 trips from the beginning of the island to the end, and why, you might ask? To get a drink for Admiral Blobbery and to get Flavio's lazy ass to travel with you. And lastly, let's not forget about Chapter 7, where you're expected to travel around the entire world just to find 2 people. I feel like they just threw in the backtracking to add more hours to your playthrough, and although the scenarios can be pretty funny, I ultimately just want to experience the story without so many arbitrary roadblocks, you know? It's annoying when you're progressing only to be forced to break that flow because of something unnecessary. If it wasn't made clear by all the positive things I highlighted, I hold this game in high esteem, and I think what appeals to me the most is its originality. What would be generic throwaway enemies in mainline Mario games are now partners with likable personalities and unique designs, and the interactions between these characters and NPCs are infused with a lighthearted charm that'll always make you smile no matter what. This game's 4th wall breaks and comedy always caught me off guard, and to be honest, this is the most I've ever laughed while playing a video game. The storyline is straightforward, but each chapter is memorable in its own way, like the gladiator approach Chapter 3 took when it had you constantly battling while slowly unveiling the secrets of the Glitz Pit, or the darker tone Chapter 4 took where you restore order to a town where all hope is thought to be lost and soon recover your stolen identity, or my personal favorite, Chapter 6, where you solve mysteries with Pennington as the days come and go on the train. I enjoyed the directions that each chapter took, but I wasn't a fan of the amount of backtracking as they kill pacing and momentum. I get that they tried to extend the game, but just why? It is annoying, but the fun battle system, lovable characters, funny dialogue, and wackiness of the universe more than makes up for the evils of backtracking. If there's anything you should derive from my TED Talk, it's that I love this game and I'm glad I got to play it even now, around 18 years after it initially released. This experience was genuinely amazing, and I'm hoping that the new Paper Mario game presents a memorable universe that's unique in its own way, just like this one.